Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be reacting to
How Italians Get Sick. 8 crazy things only Italy obsesses about.
what does this even mean?
Forget our fixation with pasta and pizza, the hand gestures, loud voices, and our impeccable sense of style for a moment. These are all relatively accurate stereotypes, but Italians have a lot more quirky obsessions that make them unique in the world. And by unique, I mean easy to make fun of. Italians seems to be the most delicate nationality. We're incredibly self-aware people, and our bodies are mysteriously extra sensitive to changes in internal or external temperature, pressure, and overall condition. Like we're human thermobarometers or something. A gust of cold wind here, and boom, indigestion. And a warm to drop here, boom, neck pain. Too much sweat, boom, fever. Walking out with wet hair, boom, you catch a cold. Spicy food, boom, stomach cramps. A bad smell, boom, nausea. Cold air on your nose, boom, nasal congestion. The outside world is a very dangerous place to Italians. Which is why it's always easy to spot an Italian.
Some of these, like reasons to get sick, whatever, the Lithuanians have that too, but let's see.
Traveling anywhere in the world, especially in relatively colder places. It is not because they wear Armani, it's because they wear an insulated bomber jacket with a full-fledged hoodie made of extra virgin goose feathers by Armani. Il piumino. Brr, che freddino. And vice versa, Italians will give you a funny look if you're wearing flip-flops and a tank top in late spring or early autumn when it's already too cold in Italy for Italian standards. Over the centuries, this extreme sensitivity to cold led Italians to develop some unique and geographically enclosed illnesses that no one else on the planet ever experiences for some mysterious reason. So buckle up as we're about to enter the mythical world of Italian-specific afflictions.
He's funny. But this was a good intro.
Start with the most common Italian disease, l'indigestione. You guessed it right, that's indigestion. We Italians are obsessed with food, both cooking and eating it, so it's no surprise that our favorite organs are the stomach and the intestine. All of our emotions go through those. We talk openly and extensively about our digestive process, and it's no surprise that indigestion is incredibly feared. Here's what the Mayo Clinic lists as common causes of indigestion: overeating or eating too quickly, fatty, greasy or spicy foods, too much
That's when
caffeine,
your
alcohol,
stomach is
chocolate.
like you're full? Like,
Yeah.
it's like overly full?
Yeah, kind of stuffed. Yeah.
Or carbonated beverages.
I don't know if you're burping up because of that, but it's like, yeah, I guess indigestion is like you full and you feel like you're not digested. You just feel like the food is just sitting there. You're not like processing
I
it.
feel like that's not natural when you eat a lot, though. No?
Well, that's called indigestion, I guess.
Smoking, anxiety, certain antibiotics, pain relievers, and iron supplements.
Something I eat doesn't exactly agree with me.
And here's what Italians think the most common cause of indigestion is. Ho preso freddo. It was a bit cold, hence I got indigestion. Il freddo, cold air, does not cause indigestion.
Really? Y'all guys think indigestion is caused by cold air? That's so interesting. I've never heard that before.
Which leads me to the nightmare of every Italian child, la congestione. Meaning, if you're at the beach and bathe within 3 hours of eating, blood will stop flowing to your stomach, allegedly due to the seawater being cold, which is never the case in the scorching Italian summer. It will cause it to constrict and you'll drown.
Okay, in Lithuania we do say don't go in the water after eating. I guess for that, yeah, because you're not gonna digest the food.
What's the difference between ingestion and congestion? I'm confused. I thought congestion is like your nose.
Yeah, he's not saying congestion, it's like la congestione. This is Italian word. It's not English.
Sounds like congestion.
It does sound, but it's different. It's a different language. But we do have this that after you eat, don't go in the water.
Speaking of Italians being dramatic, okay, I'll admit there is some medical truth in there, where consuming an icicle drink after a meal in extreme heat or throwing yourself off an iceberg in the middle of the Atlantic may literally shock your stomach. Plus, it's dangerous. Don't do it. But Italians take it to the extreme and torment their children, willing to suffer for 3 hours in baking weather under the parasol on the beach before they can touch the seawater again.
I've been staring at the edge of the water.
Been there, done that. No fun.
If your dream is to become a nurse, WGU's pre-licensure nursing program
He
is here to
uses
help
a
you
lot
make
of
it a reality.
Disney,
Our program blends online.
He's a
Images.
Disney
Ah,
fan.
poi il raffreddore. Okay, guys, I think we can all agree that the common cold is caused by a virus. I mean, I say we can all agree, but then look what happened with the virus. But no, Italians believe that raffreddore is caused by a raffreddamento of the air, meaning the air getting colder. So allegedly, you catch a cold when you walk outside with your hair wet. Are you okay, miss?
Yep. Same in Lithuania. To like that, you can catch a cold like with if you get like a wind, like a draft, or like you walk with the hair wet, sweaty in this winter time. Yeah.
When you stand outside without a jacket, you mean remember, and when, wait for it, you sweat, but are not wearing a vest underneath. That is the maglietta della salute, literally the t-shirt of health. You heard it correctly. Sweating in cold weather will result in a cold, but only in Italy.
That's funny.
When I was back home last year, I caught COVID and my auntie told
That's Tom and Jerry, isn't it?
No. It looked like almost Woody, but not Woody Woodpecker. It looked like another character. Can you go back? This one.
Oh, this is Donald Duck.
Wait, it looks like Donald Duck here.
I don't know, something like that.
me that it was probably because when I picked her up, she noticed I wasn't wearing a jacket while driving in May. It must have been that terrible air conditioning, one of Italians' main enemies. Speaking of enemies, and still on the topic of their temperature, a draft is possibly an Italian's worst nightmare. Lo spiffero, mamma mia. More than pineapple on pizza, trust me, it's pure kryptonite. Italians do not tolerate sitting at a restaurant and having a cold draft coming from the door. Or be on the bus with an open window blowing air on them, or driving with the AC blasting on their neck. This is because cold air not only causes indigestion, congestion, and the cold, but also, first and foremost, il torcicollo. That's Italian for stiff neck, a way more dramatic sounding.
Yeah, it's like supposedly it causes like you can't move the neck. Like, oh, it hurts to twist the neck.
For us, it's when you sleep on the wrong side of the bed.
It means to wrench, and collo is neck. So basically, a draft is neck wrenching. Despite me having lived abroad for over 15 years, this condition is so ingrained in my DNA, well, most likely my psyche, that I am still unable to sit in a restaurant that has a draft. This is fine. I will ask to be moved to a different table, or else I'd rather leave. The draft won't give me a torcicollo, but it will definitely upset me and make me feel incredibly uncomfortable. We like to consume and enjoy food in a comfortable, welcoming, and warm environment.
C'è qualcosa su questo menu che non galleggi su una brodaglia grassa?
That is not
Europeans,
negotiable, and I
they
will
want
not
to
agree with that.
eat outside.
Cold air can also cause back pain, apparently. Last summer, I had a friend visiting from Italy for a week, and she and her boyfriend slept on a perfectly functional and comfortable inflatable bed in my living room. One morning, I woke up and she was standing there wearing a heated pad all around her abdomen.
Switch on the pad from hand controller.
And I'm like, what the hell is that? And she goes like, the air inside the air mattress is cold and it's giving me back pain. And I'm like, girl, please, you're 50 years away from being in your 80s. It's too early for that. Needless to say, we're no longer friends. What a pain in the neck. And no, not the torcicollo kind. But you know what type of back pain is not caused by cold air? Il colpo della strega, which hilariously translates as the witch's blow.
He's like, I can't find the Disney version, so I have to do it myself.
Yeah, I see that, yeah.
And you're back out.
He's
as
funny.
If it was some sort of witchery or something. Go figure.
That's from Snow White. There she goes.
But it only gets better. Speaking of witchery and your cold, another Italian-only tragedy is il malocchio. That's when someone, usually a strega, a witch, also intended metaphorically, jinxes you with a bad spell. Malocchio, where mal means evil and occhio is eye, so evil eye, is a superstitious condition characterized by misfortune, unluckiness, negative energy, and sometimes, obviously, illness. Oh yes, Italians can be astonishingly superstitious.
I mean, the jinxing thing, I guess, is common all over the world, though, like
Do you have that in Lithuania?
There's a lot of superstitions, yeah, a lot of different. But even here, I feel like there's jinxes too.
When we were little, they said don't step on a crack because you're gonna break your mom's back.
Oh, I know that.
Then there is the milder and more generic accidente, like copriti bene che se no ti prendi un accidente. Cover yourself up or else you'll catch something, you'll catch your death, take a chill. Accidente is a catch-all term that means any illness you could possibly get or usually something mild like a cold or the flu. A note to Italians, the flu, short for influenza, is also caused by a virus, not by cold temperatures. And finally, my favorite of all time, that condition all Italians seem to lament. It will make them feel particularly tired, perhaps dizzy, and in the worst possible scenario, which to Italians is all the time, faint. I'm talking about the infamous, super contagious, and nearly deadly calo di zuccheri. Ah, il calo di zuccheri.
Hai un calo di zuccheri, eh?
Sì, è una maledizione.
It literally translates as sugar's growth, and it refers to having low blood sugar. You guessed it right. That's what happens when Italians haven't eaten enough. Which is why we eat all the time, or else the entire peninsula will be covered in fainted bodies with not enough sugar in the bloodstreams. Duh.
I mean, it's true, you know, low blood sugar can cause all that, but it's not like a common condition.
Mangia, mangia, che se no ti viene un calo di zuccheri, but don't eat too much or you get indigestion. Eating in Italy is a fine balance between losing your senses and purging. Oh, Italians, so strong and opinionated, and yet
This was
so
no longer
exceptionally
Italy,
frail
that's,
and vulnerable. Vulnerable to
Cartoon
cold
Network.
weather, wind, fog, rain, droughts, low-calorie diets, and even air mattresses. That's why if you really want to get to an Italian heart, you won't give them wine, flowers, or other presents. Oh, no. You'll give them a heavy jacket, a woolen scarf, a drap-shielded restaurant dinner, or even a down duvet if you feel generous. Because you know what? We may not know much about modern medicine, but we know we like to keep our body warm and our bellies full. I'm Marco, you're not so typical Italian.
This is nice.
This was good, good video.
funny.
Yeah, he was funny. Okay, and you know, and the thing is, he can make fun of Italians because he's Italian. So like somebody else can't make this video, but he can. So that was interesting. Okay.
Guys, of course, that's your thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Discord. And as always, share as much kindness as possible.